The power of purpose. How influential campaigns spark social change. Campaigns that drive social change are not born from fleeting trends but from deep-rooted purpose. Whether targeting environmental justice, racial equality, gender empowerment, or economic equity, these movements have transformed societies by mobilizing communities around shared values. This article explores how influential campaigns shape public consciousness, ignite collective action, and create lasting impact through strategic messaging, grassroots engagement, and relentless advocacy. From global protests demanding climate accountability to local initiatives fighting systemic discrimination, successful campaigns share common threads, clear objectives, inclusive leadership, and adaptive strategies. Understanding their mechanics can empower activists, organizers, and citizens alike to build movements capable of reshaping the world. Origins of iconic movements. The roots of many transformative campaigns lie in personal experiences and historical injustices. For instance, the civil rights movement in the United States was fueled by decades of segregation laws, discriminatory practices, and violent suppression faced by Black Americans. These conditions created fertile ground for leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and countless unsung heroes who turned outrage into organized resistance. Movements often begin as localized efforts before gaining national traction. The Montgomery bus boycott, which started after Rosa Parks' arrest in 1955, evolved into a nationwide campaign against Jim Crow laws. Similarly, the Indian independence movement under Mahatma Gandhi began with small acts of civil disobedience that grew into mass protests involving millions. These origins highlight two key principles: authenticity matters. Effective campaigns stem from genuine grievances rather than manufactured crises. People respond to real pain and injustice far more powerfully than abstract ideals. Social catalysts emerge unexpectedly. Historical turning points often arise when ordinary individuals take bold stands, proving that even minor actions can spark massive societal shifts. Strategies that define successful campaigns. Behind every impactful movement lies a carefully crafted strategy designed to maximize influence while minimizing risks. From nonviolent direct action to digital organizing, effective campaigns blend traditional methods with modern tools tailored to their goals and audiences. One fundamental element is defining precise targets, whether policy changes, corporate behavior, or cultural norms. For example, the #MeToo movement targeted workplace harassment systems by creating a unified platform for survivors to share stories. This approach combined individual narratives with systemic critique, forcing institutions to address long-standing issues. Another powerful tactic involves leveraging media coverage through press conferences, documentaries, or viral content to amplify messages beyond core supporters. Creative use of symbolism also plays crucial roles. The raised fist has become an enduring symbol of solidarity across labor rights marches and anti-racism demonstrations worldwide. Colors like pink ribbons for breast cancer awareness or green for environmental causes help simplify complex issues into recognizable icons. Grassroots mobilization and community engagement. While top-down approaches may generate headlines, true momentum comes from bottom-up participation. Grassroots campaigns thrive because they involve everyday people shaping decisions affecting their lives. Local organizations often serve as bridges between affected communities and policymakers, ensuring voices remain at the center of conversations. Taking the Green New Deal as an example, its success depended heavily on youth-led climate strikes that brought attention to urgent ecological threats. Students filled streets globally, demonstrating intergenerational concern and pushing governments toward sustainable policies. Such movements rely on accessible communication channels that make activism feel achievable to diverse populations. Different demographics require different engagement tactics. Younger generations connect strongly with social media challenges and meme-based outreach. Senior citizens might prefer town hall meetings or letter-writing campaigns over online platforms. Leveraging technology for modern activism. The digital age has revolutionized how campaigns operate, offering unprecedented access to information sharing, coordination, and funding. Online petitions, crowdfunding platforms, and encrypted messaging apps enable activists to organize securely and efficiently without relying solely on physical gatherings. Hashtags have become vital tools for uniting disparate groups under single cause-related discussions. One notable case study is the Arab Spring uprisings, where social media played pivotal roles in coordinating protests and exposing government abuses. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook allowed citizens to document events in real time, bypassing state-controlled media outlets. However, technology's dual nature means it can be used both positively, for amplifying truth, and negatively, for spreading misinformation or surveillance. Smart campaigns balance innovation with caution. Protecting data privacy remains essential given increased cyber threats against activist networks. Combining offline community work with digital outreach ensures broad accessibility despite technological divides. Building coalitions across divides. Isolated efforts rarely achieve lasting change. Instead, coalitions unite various stakeholders, including NGOs, faith groups, businesses, and academia, to pool resources and expertise. By combining strengths, these alliances increase visibility, credibility, and effectiveness of campaigns tackling multifaceted problems such as poverty alleviation or education reform. A compelling illustration is the fight against HIV/AIDS stigma during the early 1980s, when marginalized communities collaborated internationally. AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, ACT UP, worked alongside medical professionals, artists, and scientists to demand faster drug approvals and better treatment options. Their interdisciplinary cooperation helped reshape global health policies significantly within years. Educational components strengthen coalition building. Publishing research findings makes arguments harder to dismiss by opponents. Workshops provide practical skills training for volunteers involved in fieldwork activities. Cultural impact and shifting perceptions. Campaigns aiming for structural change must also navigate evolving cultural landscapes. They need to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs while respecting diversity among participants. Cultural competence becomes critical when addressing sensitive topics ranging from religious freedoms to gender identity recognition. Consider the LGBTQ+ rights movement's journey, from Stonewall riots in 1969 to recent marriage equality victories. Through persistent storytelling via art films, literature, and music, advocates gradually shifted mainstream attitudes towards greater acceptance. Media representation now serves not only entertainment purposes but also educational ones regarding inclusivity themes. Bridging generational gaps proves particularly beneficial. Younger activists bring fresh perspectives rooted in current realities facing younger populations. Established figures offer wisdom gained through past struggles, helping maintain continuity amidst rapid societal changes. Evaluating success beyond immediate outcomes. Assessing campaign efficacy requires looking beyond initial reactions or quick wins. Long-term indicators include legislative reforms enacted, behavioral changes observed among target populations, or improved quality of life metrics measured statistically. Metrics alone shouldn't define value, though. They must complement qualitative assessments based on lived experiences. Environmental conservation projects demonstrate this well. Reducing carbon emissions today doesn't instantly reverse climate damage, but sets foundations for future resilience. Likewise, educational campaigns promoting mental wellness show gradual improvements over time as stigma decreases and support systems expand organically through peer networks. Contextual evaluation helps avoid premature conclusions. Some issues require sustained pressure due to entrenched interests opposing progress. Local successes sometimes face replication challenges elsewhere, requiring adapted strategies reflecting regional specifics. Legacy and lasting influence. The most enduring campaigns leave behind legacies that continue inspiring new waves of activism long after their original demands were met. Legal frameworks established through landmark cases form pillars supporting ongoing fights for justice. Educational curricula incorporating lessons learned ensure each generation understands previous battles fought. Women's suffrage movements exemplify this phenomenon best. Though granting voting rights marked a milestone, subsequent generations kept advocating for equal pay, reproductive choices, and political representation. Every step forward builds upon earlier achievements, illustrating how legacy fuels perpetual evolution within social justice spheres. Celebrating milestones reinforces motivation. Acknowledging hard-won gains reminds participants why continued effort matters. Honor ceremonies celebrating pioneers keeps historical context alive amidst modern challenges. Conclusion: understanding what makes certain campaigns stand out provides invaluable insight for anyone seeking meaningful social transformation. It reveals patterns connecting seemingly isolated incidents into broader currents shaping our world. More importantly, it empowers us collectively, through knowledge, empathy, and strategic collaboration, to contribute meaningfully wherever we find ourselves situated within society's fabric. Every reader holds potential to initiate or join impactful movements. With awareness growing daily about pressing global concerns, there has never been a better moment than now to engage actively with causes aligning closely with your passions and convictions. Let this exploration inspire deeper involvement in efforts striving toward equitable futures accessible to all humankind.